I talked about a while ago about the, doing work at the high school, that's really not city property. So technically, it should have been, approved by the council. And also, you know, I'd like to add something for future work. We're asked to do that again, that I've either got the green light to do it or not to do it from the council. And, you know, they did do some work on the city part of the road and things like that, but they helped around the actual school. So, you know, I think that I would, you know, do need approval from the council before we do that again. And to approve that it's for a valid public purpose. Okay?
Maybe ratify your actions.
I ratify the past and the future. You know, if it comes up again like that. As long as we stay within that scope.
Does that need to be a resolution or?
No, I think we could just make a motion.
Okay, I'd like to add item H, ratification of the mayor's actions for improvement at the high school stadium and to approve future
Work at the school. In the
work
same
on school
capacity.
property in that capacity.
All right. Give me a better phrase for it.
Well, what are the parameters?
The parameters just, you know, if we called on again that they can't
For the
keep
grounds.
up and help with the grounds, that we, you know, I can use city workers as long as, you know, I'm not asking to do anything extraordinary. I mean, they're asked out there blowing the drive and just cleaning up. You know, but that is school property. That's not
It's
city
not
property.
a regular part of it.
That's not a regular part of their job, and they were all okay about doing it. I mean, it was in the scope of their.
But they are city
regular
schools. So
They are city
even though it's
schools.
not city property, we have a responsibility as well.
I just want to make it that technical distinction, so next time
It is.
it needs to be
It does.
clarified. I
It
think
needs
it
to be
does.
for a valid public purpose, not just a regular ongoing maintenance of the school.
Right, that's what I'm
I think that,
saying.
yeah, would have to be something special or different, like this time for the TV.
Right, like, we can't send them up there every week to clean
No,
up the school. That's
you
what I'm
cannot.
saying.
And we don't need approval to do that.
Right. Okay, you got that?
Ratification for mayor's efforts to help improve school grounds for special events. I said school grounds, okay? For special events,
If needed.
if needed. How about that?
All right. All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
Add it.
Just to add it.
All in favor to
That's just-
add item H, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right, 2011 city budget, item A.
Make a motion we approve.
Why does it say B?
They're out of
Oh, they're out of order. I was gonna say, whoa.
All right. Do I hear a second? Discussion.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I need to ask, Mr. Barty to, if he can restate his motion with one amendment.
Oh, that's right.
We inadvertently left out, in our community programs, account number 100-4044-120-000, our Martin Luther King breakfast contribution. And that was basically because we didn't have a documentation piece of paper asking us for that. So it needs to be, that line item needs to be amended to $21,300 from 19. It's on page, page
27.
pretty close, I think. Page 27.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it will affect the final numbers also by $1,500. But that line item will be,
So add breakfast,
right at
MLK
1,500.
breakfast.
So the line item will be $21,300.
I'll amend that as stated.
Okay. Same second?
Yes.
Did Mr.
Charlie.
Kyle second that? Same second? Okay, thank you, Mr. Kyle. All right, motion second, discussion.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna get into nothing strange or strong with that. I asked Ms. Ernest during our meeting prior to the council meeting about, additional police personnel for the police department because of opening Grand River in less than 26 days. And she said there wasn't any stipulations for any other officers. I think that's a grave mistake. I think because of, what's going on at Galleria, Trustful, the Watermark place, and everything else, that we're gonna need at least the minimum of 2 officers per shift down there. Because I don't think that our officers can cover Walmart area and the other areas on Highway 25 and then provide services to those people down there as far as security. I know these other places, Russell is overrun with burglaries and everything else, car burglaries and everything down there, and kids tearing stuff up through the stores and stuff. And I think you're fixing to find out, we're fixing to step up to a larger city than we've ever seen in our life. And I think that we're gonna need that help, extra help down there. And, I think that at the least, would be at least 2 men per shift, which would be, probably another 4 to 6 people at least.
Okay. Yes, sir. We have, the chief and I have talked about it. He's asked for more men. They will have their own security on site. Okay, and I do agree with you. We do need more people. The problem is we've got to. I talked to him about, let's get it open, let's see, reassess what it looks like, how it's going to generate, and some of the money that comes in, you know, from when it first comes in with the taxes and things like that, to see how that comes in. If it comes in higher than we expect, because we're just guessing now how it's going to come in for us. And I talked to him about, then we can come back and look at trying to get some. One of the big issues we got is because of the way the Bass Pro's set up, we're supposed to get $350,000. However, anything that comes online in the TIF district, and if I misstated, David, help me out, decreases that amount. Well, Grand River comes online, it's going to decrease that amount for 1 year until it kicks in. So we're not going to be getting the 350 this year. We're going to get about 160, and that's one thing. Isn't that right?
Well, we'll get the 350, but Grand River won't be pitching in on that. We'll pay for part of the 350.
But it comes in a little later in the year.
Correct.
So that's the only problem, and so we're trying to be cautious and hold back. And I do agree with you. I think it's a problem.
I don't want to see us out on the limb for $43 million, and all of it go to hell in a handbasket because we got a bunch of people hanging out there breaking in cars and robbing people.
I agree with you.
Today's society, I mean, it's going to happen everywhere. And it's going to travel to every new venue, and then by the time that happens, your shoppers leave.
Right.
And you don't get that base, and that's all I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And I think if people don't feel safe, they won't come, and we've got a lot invested in this project. We've all discussed it. We're trying to kind of wait and see what kind of.
Do you know what kind of security they're gonna have? Because I know I shop at the Summit a lot, and they have a very visible security force. They're on Segways, bicycles, they're all over the place up there.
He's right about.
I know, I'm not disagreeing
I know,
with
but what
you.
I'm saying, he's right about around the site. If they don't feel safe just getting there.
Yeah,
And that's the problem, and I agree with that, and, but we just need to kind of, unfortunately, we need to kind of see how the sales tax and stuff starts coming in and what it's gonna look like for us, because, a person personnel is our biggest expense, and it is important. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We've got to make people feel safe so they'll come. We know that, and,
But do we have an idea of what type of security they're gonna provide?
yeah, they're gonna have security on site.
They have ISMG, the company. I haven't spoke with them with their exact
Plan?
plan, but in addition, I think some of the stores will have some of their own in-store security as well. So there's ISMG's got the overall property
Okay.
as a private security firm.
I just know, I know when I go to the summit, I always feel fairly safe because it's a very visible security group up there.
I don't know how visible they will be, but there will be probably an immediate impact on our cost for services in the area once that is over. And even with the private security, we will still have an
Oh,
increase in
yeah,
cost.
I understand that.
And one good thing about this site at this time, it's not good for the future, but it's good for right now, is there's not really much around it. So anybody that comes there to commit crimes has actually got to travel there to commit crime. You know, they can't just walk up and commit them.
Yeah, but, you know,
I know, I mean, I'm just saying it's not the same.
It's hard to really, and I can understand, because you're talking about an issue that's probably gonna end up costing $600,000 extra just for policemen down there, maybe possibly more with benefits and everything.
I agree.
But, you know, the security firms are great. And, you know, they're security personnel. They know, the people know, the thugs know that they're security. They can't do nothing to them. You know, and, but we still got a police out here to keep it calm for everybody to be able to work down there. And they're gonna be on-site deal, but it's not gonna be the same as, I mean, I'd hate to venture after the first month, how many times Leeds police cars are gonna get sent down there for shoplifters and broken in cars.
Well, and there's no guarantee how long that they might maintain that either at that as a private security firm.
They definitely got a vested interest in keeping it going.
They do.
There's no doubt about that. They got a lot of money on the line themselves.
Well, I just think we need to look down the line, like you said,
Yeah.
and see, make some kind of arrangements, because we're gonna, I don't know what shooting runs, they probably runs 3 or 4 men, and that's gonna stretch in a 24-hour period. You're not gonna be able to cover everything you need besides everything that the residents need.
Right, I agree. Well,
Okay.
we'll menu, we'll all,
You know, we know the first quarter is gonna be high, and so we can't really go on first quarter. We need 2 quarters to kind of let us know what's coming.
right. Okay, yeah, that's the point well taken. Any other discussion? All right, we got a motion second. All those in favor of the 2011 city budget, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. All right.
May I say,
Yes,
may I say
ma'am.
one thing? The copies of the budget will be available to the press tomorrow morning through the city hall. We're sorry, we're so busy today, and with their move, that we just failed to get those ready. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. All right. I guess you'll have to explain. Item B, ratify fiscal 2010 expenditures. This would be, I guess after you have the year, you have different expenditures up and down, whatever, or that we've done during the year. This just ratifies everything we've done.
Make a motion to approve.
There a second?
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor of ratifying the 2010 expenditures, item B, say aye.